Yep, I can hear it.
Word, is that a good sound level?
Check real quick. Maybe up just a tiny bit.
Tiny bit on the music? Alright. You just fix my mic on Discord too. I noticed I'm queuing up way too much.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Alright, and if you want to talk say some words a bit, just so I can hear how your voice is compared to the game.
Words a bit, some voices, sound checking. Anything else you want to add?
Sounds great. Alright.
Word.
So, whenever you're ready, we'll start.
Awesome. So, just so the countdown knows, I have this down to exact science, so when I'm saying go, that is my actual first ever ability to control, and it's not cheating it. Just because. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you Metroid Rogue Dawn in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is the starting point. It's a very central hub. You get various access paths to both the areas you need to go to, and one of them being down at the depths of the caves to head to the research ship. Your goal here is to take out 2 people, to get the access codes, to get to the main chambers, to get to the beta mines where the Metroids are, and take out the big Metroid. It's a very simple run. This is our first kind of real challenge. It's just a little bounce to get over the bombs quicker and easier. This is for the non-glitched way to get around things. I'm trying to learn the glitched way, but it's a little difficult for me at the moment. Crumb. Yeah, first challenge. Alright, that's bombs. The one that I can say about this run that's really changed ever since the inception of this hack is just the run started out at about a solid 120. An hour and 20 minutes, excuse me. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I could probably do better. And I started to do better. So then I got it down to an hour, then 50 minutes, then 45 minutes. And then the biggest release ever came out for Rogue Dawn, 2.1. Or 1.2, I forget which one it was. But it was a recent update that opened up a lot of speedrunning paths, and a couple you're gonna definitely see today that really give you the best edge to get around the map as quick as possible. Such like that bomb one. But I've managed to get it down, without glitching, to about almost a sub-25 consistency. Unfortunately, that inconsistency comes from my movement problems, where I occasionally do mess up, which... that's every speedrun. Yeah. So, coming up here, a fun little fact too. Both Grimlock and Snarf said that they would love to found a way to implement Gravity Suit into Metroid, if just because of this one area. It is so beautiful. The music is such a nice composition with it. I'm just so glad that this game was actually made. Like, this is how you do a hack right. And one of the things you'll notice is when I'm going to jump in the water, I'm not doing it right away. I'm jumping, and then I'm hitting the button I want to move, because I'll spin jump otherwise. And you do not want to spin jump in water. Ask Hard Weaver, he'll tell you himself. So we're on our way to get high jump, because without high jump, unfortunately, we'd have to do a couple of glitches to get around to the final area, but It's not too far out of our way. You'll also notice that I'm trying to, when I can, stay inside my spring ball. My morph ball, well, spring ball was coming, but yeah, I'm trying to stay inside morph ball because that is the fastest way to move. I'm trying to work it down to a point where I could possibly do, even though I think they're kind of a hit-miss thing just because you can do a lot of broken things with it, but I would love to do a task of this game, if just to stay in morph ball the entire time, for the most part, and just show how much faster I could do it if I actually had that type of ability. But as you can see, here's another little secret, and you'll see most of the secrets have some sort of like sign to them, like a Metroid or a hidden message or a hidden depiction that was thrown in there as a gag. You'll see one of them coming up, actually, because I'm feeling generous to do the whole thing. And that was actually nice, it didn't spawn. Can I outmatch you? Nope. Ow, come on. Yeah, this run stinks. But it's worth it. Say hello to the second most broken thing about this hack, wall jump. Any surface you can think of, you can wall jump off of it. Which is great, as it's going to get us into a lot of hidden areas that we shouldn't be able to access otherwise. So another neat thing that was introduced into the latest edition, refill stations. And these refill both health and ammunition if you have any. Yes, you heard me right, wall jump. And the surprise is not over. Remember how I mentioned spring ball? Oh yeah, that's the next thing we're gonna get. If just because spring ball makes it so we can do a lot of dumb things better and faster. And spring ball. Yep, and it was also revisioned with Snarf Blam's ASM coding, so there was a lot of work put into this. I mean, a lot of work. Like, I was one of the beta testers, and I waited a while to get this, beta tested. So let me stress this out again. There was a lot of work put into this. So we're going to take a little side trip. We're still going to go to Ridley. This is his area. This is the main computer system for the Galactic Federation. And if you want to know more about the story, by the way, there is a README that gives you the whole layout of the whole story behind this. Which, altogether, was very fleshed out too, in my opinion. I'm waiting for the next game. Incoming nostalgia for everybody. Before the game was released, this stage was actually alluded to on a website. I don't remember which one it was, but it talked about this, being a possibility and let you hear the stage music. Yes, it exists. And now then, here's the funnier part. So when you get past to this point, you have two options. You can end the cheap exit, or, if you're up for it, which I am, there is a whole stage laid out for you in the hard exit. Oh, by the way, because we don't have Various Suit, this is gonna hurt a lot, so I gotta be just a little bit more than careful. Each bullet build does about 26 damage, so taking damage is not an option, even with 299 health, because Metroid, we're not that generous on HP. As you can see now, we have just a little bit of a fun challenge. It's a morph ball maze that lets you get through a lot of interesting things. And when you get to the end, you get another refill, and you're on to the third stage. Fluff you. Stupid spike thing. No, what's this one? Yeah. I did a practice run of this last night. Oh, was it a shocking reawakening. Oh, by the way, because I know where they are, and I'm not going to fall for them, a pre-warning when you go through this section. There are trap locations that will actually send you back further into the area. So, for example, if you make a mistake in Area 3 and go the wrong direction, you'll get sent back to Area 2's start point, and you'll have to work your way back around. I mean, at least you'll know where you're going, but it's a nice little trap. Oh yeah, with Spring Ball, by the way, I can actually use its momentum by hitting down when I need to get a little bit of a drop speed if I need to get somewhere fast. Boom. And that is the Mario stage. And speaking of secrets, here's again another Metroid, so that signifies another secret back door. And shoutouts to Metroid MST, or better known on YouTube as Shy Guy Express. He actually showed me the shortcut in a race for Metroid Community, or Metroid Construction Community. But yeah, this is the Ripley boss. They threw in a nice little damage buffer for bombs. So you can actually sort of stay invisible while you're using bombs for the most part. Makes that fight so much easier. And this is nothing more than a progression item. It's actually the key that is necessary to start fighting the final boss. Without it, you are not able to technically damage the final boss. So, hooray, final boss upgrade. And all it does is it lets you hit them with your missiles. And speaking of which, we now have missiles from killing Ridley, because every boss gives you 50 missiles. There's only 2, so... Now we get that nice little trip back, and again, you can really see the difference between starting around and Morph Ball rolling right here. You just get that little extra speed. Darn it. Health tap, which again refills missiles, which is awesome in case you're running low. Now for a real backdoor that saves you all about, say, 7 to 8 minutes total. This really brought the reality of almost a sub 30. And if you really wanted to, by the way, you could actually unmorph if you're willing to soak the damage, and you could missile off Crate if you felt like it. But we use the bombs because, again, they give us a little bit of a buffer, and we survive better. And it picks us up an energy tank afterwards, so... hooray! But I only usually have 2 energy tanks per run, because that's more than sufficient enough to actually get through the final area. The 3rd tank is just buffer overflow, which is kinda nice. If I wanted real extra buffer overflow, I could get Varia Suit, which is in the area, just a little bit to the left of here. But we don't need it. We got through the worst of it. The worst thing to survive was the Mario section, which actually wasn't too bad this time. It wrecked us. So next we need a particular weapon that assists us with taking care of Metroids. This is an actual hack for Metroid 1, the original Metroid. Trust me, I couldn't believe it when I heard about it first. Metroid protection. So yeah, Ice Beam, we love it. It freezes Metroids. It's awesome. It does damage. And it helps to cheese the final boss even worse than I already have before. So, amongst all the little secrets that are in the game, a very, very sound movement was made for this next person. And he has a guest appearance with him. As soon as I could... There we go. I was trying to freeze it so I could jump up earlier, but... Welcome to Shy Guy's Playroom and his pet Shack Tool. Killing Shack Tool will refill you to 100% of your maximum total energies and missile collections, and earn you the nameplate So Little Shack Tool on the way out. So if you're desperately hurting when you get up to this point, there you go. Now, the one thing I gotta say I'm a little bit sad about, and I've said it before in one of my streams a while back, and it was just, there was a change that was made to the end of this for the final area, and there used to be 3 rooms that were connected top to bottom that were bottomless pits, one next to each other. And we discovered there was a way to actually climb the furthest one across and actually get up it to get to the final boss almost immediately. But it's unfortunately since then been removed because too many people fell down it. But say hello to the final area, and I love it and I hate it at the same time so much that I've called it Area Trolley 1, because I can't decide if it's meeting my best friend or a bottomless pit of disappointment. Oh yeah. They are so maniacally easy to group, it's ridiculous. However, mess up the grouping, oh shame on you. You're gonna be in trouble. Also, additionally, if you don't have Various Suit, as soon as they latch, their damage rapidly starts to grow on you. So, do be careful. Thankfully, that's an easy spot to recover in. single Metroid in one room is very annoying. But it's pretty much doable. It's just the little pea shooters in the rink that emits hits that really start to give the most trouble. Thankfully the rink is going to be frozen to be stood on, which we will abuse soon enough. Once I stop doing that at control. And this is one of the 3 bottomless pit rooms. This is the second one, and the third one on the top is just hazardous as all can be. There's just a bunch of rinkers and t-shooters everywhere, so we try to avoid going through that one. So we instead go by this one, which conveniently has a replenishment pool. So if you happen to be low on energy, this is the place to go to get a drink. And this would be the time for the person who's coming up next to start prepping. Because once we get behind the final boss and get on him, it's not going to be much longer. One Metroid. Alright, this room's gonna be interesting. Missiles, yes, here we go. So, normally, you would shoot him in the front. Right there. There is a little pocket directly on his backside. Little sniping platform. And now one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever heard in music, the escape. Like, for a NES, this is awesome. But yeah, beware, on the escape there are Metroids that are still on the loose because they want you dead. Because you're on SR388. I mean, of course, you know, protect the tribe. Ow! Wow. And time. And then once you finish, you get treated to the ending sequence, which gives you a little bit more backstory. It's quite the run.
Good job, by the way. That was an awesome run to watch.
Thank you.
30 minutes exact. I'm sure you saw that. I meant to say it, but...
I just saw that.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's the world record?
The world record is actually, for this category, held by me at 24 minutes and 11 seconds. It would basically take away the Mario area, take away Shack Tool, and then just go straight to Kraid, straight to Ridley, or go straight to, you know, Ridley, go straight to Kraid, and then go straight to the final area. And I'd have one less energy tank, too. It's like 19% total inventory. I think this run ends with 21 total percent.
Is it a lot harder doing it that way?
The only thing that's difficult about it with that is just the variance in how much damage you take in the final area. It's like, if you have a good final area, you don't really tank too much damage. If you have a bad final area, you're tanking all the damage. And if you have a very bad final room, you're really boned. But yeah.
I like the special thanks to Shack Tool.
Oh yeah. Special thanks to Shack Tool for showing up.
Anything else is like...
It was a in-game time of 29:09, so yeah, a sub 30 or an exact 30, almost to the 0.5 would be about right on the nose. And 21% too, so... I know too much about this game. It's disastrous.
It's a really awesome game, and I loved watching the run. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't mean to turn the mood sour, but I just want to say one quick thing, just about someone that... This year I lost to cystic fibrosis. Most people may know him from watching my stream, or occasionally where he tried to do some commentary with me on speed gaming. Elrium254 had lived with it for almost 45 years of his life, but it never let him stop him. He was always trying to do different things, always trying to, you know, go out and live life to the fullest, and he loved gaming. He loved, you know, watching me do streams. He loved commentating on streams, and he loved gaming. Gaming was what he loved, and that's why I'm happy to be able to say that I could do this run today. It went very nice, and in honor and loving memory for all gamers out there, and for all people that, you know, love gaming. I honor this, I dedicate this run to him. May he rest in peace, and one day I'll see him again. And I apologize for getting just a touch emotional.
No, dude, it's understandable. Thank you so much for doing this run. I think we all feel the same way, and that's why we're all getting together to do this. Thank you so much again, dude. We all appreciate it.
I guess the only other thing is, real quick, sorry, thanks to Lenofist and Technomagus for joining me with the Sentinels thing. Again, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was super fun to watch.
Alright.
Alrighty, well, thank you for your run.
Thank you for letting me run. See you next mission.